Dela writes, my MVVs, welcome. The great lion's fury that morning was not normal. It was not just the kind of anger a man expresses with raised voice and trait. No, this one came from his bones, from the place where betrayal settles and begins to rot. The entire palace felt it before he even opened his mouth. Even the guard standing by the pillar refused to look him in the eye. Everybody knew something had snapped inside of the great lion, because if you know the great lion is somebody who is very calm and collected, and he has he is somebody who is patient, right? The palace courtyard was scattered with whisper. Elders were dragging their feet, avoiding each other, pretending not to shake. Ebony kept pacing with her hands on her head, her wrapper almost falling, mumbling things nobody could, fully understand. The air felt heavy, thick, sharp. Nobody breathed freely. Nobody wanted to be the one the great lion looked at directly. Then he walked out. Slow, controlled, but dangerous. His presence alone made two women kneel immediately. Blow, stood near the doorway, saying nothing, but watching everything with eyes full of warning. The great lion didn't waste time. He didn't greet anyone. He didn't ask for details. He raised his hands, pointed at the bodies laid out in front of him, and said, Ogünjãyi does not buy innocent men. That sentence entered the palace like a blade. Nobody moved, nobody swallowed, nobody dared to even blink too loudly. He repeated it again, louder this time. Ogünjãyi does not buy the innocent. They say elders shifted. One of them almost fainted. The great lion turned slowly as he could feel the guilt crawling on people's skin. His voice dropped low, calm, but deadly. So who? He asked, who is next? Who is next? Now, why was he asking that? The night that they released Ogünjãyi, those elders were there with them. So what were they even thinking? What were they even thinking? They were right there with them. Since the great lion started issuing this warning that he will release Ogünjãyi, what were they thinking? You know that they have plenty Ifa priests around there who are always telling people, don't mind him, I will do this, I will do that. That was why when the great lion removed immunity, families had to call their children to order to warn them not to do anything that is contrary to the law of the land while living in that palace, because, the consequences will be very, very bad. They should not allow Ifa priests collect money from them and tell them that, look, I'm going to fortify you, I'm going to fortify you. I think these elders right now in Dakpai, they cried because they had allowed one of these people to fortify them against what they have done. And that happens to be the reason why the great lion was asking who is next. They said the silence that followed was worse than a slap. It exposed everyone. It stripped pretenders. It brought fear into light. Then the great lion took a step towards the elders. Their feet began shaking. Some held their staff tightly. One elder tried to whisper something to another, but the great lion stopped walking and said, let him talk. Let him whisper. Let him confess. Ogünjãyi will collect the truth with or without your cooperation. Nobody, whispered again. The palace guard moved closer without being told. The women shifted back. Ebony pressed her back against a wall and started crying. I didn't touch anything. I didn't go anywhere with the staff. I did not do anything. I know a lot of you here, you think I have something to do with it. If I had something to do with it, I would not be here. I did not. The palace guard moved closer without being told again. The great lion, looked at them, and, people are wondering because they already know that among the people who were there, something was going to happen. One of the younger guards slowly bent down near the bodies and whispered that the elders who ran to Ikpitu Yegbaju died with their mouths open, as if something had forced the truth out of their throat. When the great lion heard that, his nose flared. He clenched his jaw so tight his entire cheek vibrated. I want all of you, he said. I told you the moment you touch what your hands are not worthy to touch, the consequences will not wait for sunrise. He looked at Ebony for the first time again, not with softness, not with pity, with anger. Deep personal anger. You, he said, your mouth is loud, but your truth is small. If you know what your people touch, speak now, because they will go one after the other. Ebony started crying. Ebony shook her head violently, crying harder, her whole body trembling. My family cannot buy. They did not do anything. They have not touched anything. This has got absolutely nothing to do with my immediate family. I have asked them time and time again. The great lion turned from her like she was wasting his time. Then he looked at the remaining elders. 3 died in the palace, 4 died on the road, 3 in Ikputu Ayegbaju. And you think Ogünjãyi is doing guesswork? You think Ogünjãyi is doing guesswork? He stepped forward again. Ogünjãyi is a hunter. He hunts the guilty. He hunts the shameless. He hunts the ones who touch what belonged to the throne. Then he shouted and the whole palace shook. Who touched the staff? One elder, they said, started, the elder collapsed immediately. His legs gave him out. He felt like his bones turned to water. The other panicked and stepped back. 2 women screamed. Even Bloblo looked sideways because he didn't expect the shout to come with so much force. The great lion moved close to the fallen elder and bent slightly. Speak, he said quietly before Ogünjãyi finishes what he started. Now, the question a lot of people are asking, what were these elders thinking? And it was during this time that the great lion said, for the diviners who are here, who are only interested in money, who have collected money to deceive my people, Ogünjãyi is going to find you. Whether you like it or not, Ogünjãyi will find you. Ogünjãyi will fish you out. Ogünjãyi will, in fact, what Ogünjãyi will do to you, you will know that money is not everything. Because what happened to these elders? Even the great lion knows that some of the diviners among them, they were the ones who went to fortify these elders. They fortified them, collected money, pretending that, they have been fortified. But with the way those ones went to that place and fight, the ones inside the palace fight and all of that, these people who have now realized that the fortification means nothing. Ogünjãyi will come for them. I'm going to bring you more updates. Do not forget that these are all alleged, rumored, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact.